Maddie here again. Sorry about that first video. We were having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to go ahead and start over. Today I have a special guest with us. This is Tanner. He is a volunteer here, one of our animal ambassadors. He is holding our beautiful blue and gold macaw, Cece. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about her today. As far as where she is from South America, where it has higher temperatures. Usually they stay in their more rainforest swamp area. Tanner here has actually built an exhibit for her, an aviary section outside that kind of mimics her natural environment. So I know you did want to speak a little bit about it.
Sure. So here at the Science Center, we moved Cece from an indoor exhibit to an outdoor exhibit. Being outdoors, we kind of wanted to regulate her temperature and stuff. So we almost built like a greenhouse aviary outside, so she has a lot more room than she did inside. And in doing so, we used a plastic sheath, almost like you'd find at a greenhouse, to kind of regulate the temperature on the inside. During the summer, we roll it up and we zip tie it to the actual exhibit so she can get that natural fresh air in there. And we decorated the exhibit with a lot of natural wood, toys that she likes and stuff to help grind her beak down, and things that will stimulate her as well, so she's not bored. And for Cece, her hardiness level tends to be around 65 to 80 degrees is her optimal temperature. However, Cece, she can withstand down to 40 degrees and then up to 90 degrees. So during the summer, we got to add an additional fan to kind of keep the temperature flowing in there to keep it on the cooler side. And then during the winter, we got a personal space heater that we put in there, along with the plastic sheeting to allow the heat to stay inside. And then also with the plastic sheet, we also use the natural sunlight to help increase the temperature on the inside. So it's something cool that we were able to do here for Miss Cece. So yeah, that was her exhibit. And then I think Maddie wants to talk about some more facts about her.
Just a little bit more about her. Their lifespan can range anywhere from 50 to 80 years. So they do live very long time. So if you do have one as a pet, that is something to take into consideration. It's definitely a pet you'd have to pass down generation to generation. As far as their diet consists of, they are herbivores. They mainly eat a variety of seeds, flowers, different sorts of plants, fruits. Also, you'll notice in the wild they do eat clay blocks. This actually helps aid a mineral supplement they need, and it also helps get rid of toxins and lots of foods that they eat. So it's very beneficial to them. As far as birds or macaws themselves, they are monogamous. This means that they do bond to one person. So Tanner has kind of taken that role for her. They also mate for life, but you'll notice in the wild when you see them flying up in the sky, they do fly in flocks. So typically they will fly in about a range of 30 birds. And when they are flying, they can reach up to 35 miles per hour, so they are pretty quick. As far as appearance-wise, they do have about a wingspan from 3 to 4 feet, and then typically they are 2 to 3 feet in body length. And you'll notice too with their beaks, they're very strong. This helps towards aiding in breaking open nuts when they're eating, and it also acts as a third foot. This is because when they're climbing, they help use their beak to help get onto things, branches and such. As far as when they are mating and laying, they can lay up to 2 to 3 eggs. They will hatch in about 2 to 3 months, and then when they are born completely blind and featherless. They gain eyesight about 7 to 14 days afterwards. And then after about 4 months is when they hit fledging, and this means when they're able to take flight and have feathers. And then after about a year is when they get away from their parents, and then once they hit 3 to 4 years old, that's when they hit sexual maturity. There is very small differences that you can notice between a male and a female, but it's very hard to tell. The only way you can really tell between sexing is to DNA test them, and that's through a vet. As far as behavioral, you'll notice some things that she does. She'll do kind of like the little chirping and purring. This can mean that she's excited or interested in new things. If you see her flapping out her wings a little bit, this could be she's stretching if she's been in somewhere like small environment, or she's just excited. If you notice that she ruffles her feathers a bit, this can mean that she is getting rid of any dirt or dust particles that could be in her feathers. And then if you notice her kind of bobbing her head. This could be because she's bored or she's kind of showing a way of dominance. So I am going to move on to our next animal. Thank you so much for showing CC. So the next animal I'm going to be taking out for you guys is one of our guinea pigs. So this is Henry. Henry is named after William Henry Bragg, who is a scientist. He's very sweet. They're very social animals. They like to be held and get along well with other guinea pigs. As far as guinea pigs, their habitat is very similar. It is in South America. They are also rodents. The kind of definition of a rodent is they have these teeth that are continuously grow. So it's very important if you have one as a pet to have wood toys or some type of block or something they can chew on to help file down these teeth naturally, or they will overgrow. Appearance-wise, they also have very long nails. So if you do own one as a pet, you'll also want to trim them about once a month because they can get very long and it can get very aggravating for them to walk around with. Another interesting fact about them is they are crepuscular. This means that they are most active during dusk and dawn, and they do get very little sleep. They're actually awake for more than 20 hours a day. So they're very active throughout the day. They also do scent mark, so this means that in their environment they will rub their chin and cheek on things, and this helps them kind of get used to their surroundings and has a familiar smell to them. So it's very important if you have them as a pet and that you're changing out their bedding, you keep a little bit of their old bedding in there, just so it's not all so new. When you put in the new bedding, you can kind of mix it in and they kind of have a familiar surrounding on them and they don't feel so anxious. Another thing about guinea pigs is that they actually have higher temperatures than humans. So their average temperature is about 101 degrees. So it's very important that you keep them out of high heat areas or keep them out of direct sunlight because they can overheat very, very quickly. You want to kind of keep them in more of a room temperature or a little bit warm as far as where they are living. As far as lifespan, they can live 5 to 8 years, although the longest recorded history of a guinea pig has been 14 years. So I think it all just kind of depends on husbandry and how they were bred. As far as weight, they can weigh from 1 to 3 pounds, and then they are about 8 to 10 inches in length. Henry here is a little plump, so he does eat a little bit. They also are herbivores as well, so they eat mainly vegetables, fruits, and greens. A kind of interesting fact about them is, unlike other small animals, they're unable to maintain vitamin C by themselves. So it's very important that you provide vitamin C for them if you have them as a pet. So some of the foods that are high in vitamin C are like oranges, strawberries, kale. So you can give that to them to help kind of make sure they're getting that supplement. Because that supplement does provide, it does help body growth and it does help repair any body tissues. So without it, they can get very sick and they can have a lot of body problems. You want to make sure that you're providing the healthy diet for them. Another thing about them is that appearance-wise, they do have odd number of toes. So they have 4 front toes and 3 back toes. This may be a little strange, but it actually helps them towards burrowing and tunneling, but it also makes them very susceptible to being very agile. It makes them very poor climbers. So you don't want to put anything that they can get up very high on in their environment where they're at a risk of falling, because they are very fragile. They do have fragile spines, so they could easily hurt themselves. I believe that is it that I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, we do have a question?
We have a question. Okay, it's about Cece. Okay. They wonder if she speaks or mimics words.
She does. She's very selective when she wants to speak. When there is a large crowd of people or someone she's around that she's not really too familiar with, she kind of tends to be shy and stay quiet. But when she feels comfortable, not a lot of people around, or she's with someone that she's been kind of bonded with, she will say a couple words. She likes to say hello. She also does some kind of funny behaviors. She'll laugh. She's still learning a lot of vocabulary, and we're still getting her very comfortable with other people. So we haven't heard too much, but she does talk.
Mm-hmm. And then another question is, how many babies can a guinea pig have?
A guinea pig can have, usually the average is about 4 to 5 babies, but they can have more. They can have 8 or 10 even. It just depends. But the average is usually 4 to 5. And an interesting fact about that as well is they are born with their eyes open. They do have fur on them, and they are able to walk right away. And then after a couple hours as well, they're able to even run and eat solid food, which is very interesting. And then usually only takes a couple months for them to mature, so they do grow very, very fast.
That's all.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Henry and Cece. Stay tuned this week. We're going to be doing more DIY lessons, and we'll also be showing more creatures. We still are closed to the public, unfortunately, but we are accepting any donations. They're very much appreciated. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to our website. We do have a donate tab. Even the smallest amount, we do appreciate. And I hope you guys stay tuned. Bye.